highlights, finishing touches, right? It's the extra time you put into the texture, to the color treatments, right? The way that you put time into making sure it fits and flows well with the body. That you took that extra time to make it great. And that is so key to make a tattoo something worthwhile. You know, you could create a tattoo and it's okay if you don't put those extra steps into it. It's not going to be something you remember that wins awards. So how does that correlate with a business? Like, you can have this great passion with this awesome culture, this amazing diverse team, but if you don't have good leadership, it's for nothing, right? They'll disband. And how I feel about leadership, and this is huge. Leadership is not a position as much as it is a decision. A decision to look over your people, not down on them. I hate the idea of the vertical, boss on top, subordinates underneath type model. I believe in a horizontal, leader out front, cutting the path for their crew, taking point, taking the risks, and leading by example. Proving that they are there to protect their people, making them feel safe because they know your leader is going to go to war for them. Yeah. And when people feel safe, well, then they're willing to take more risks. They're willing to try new things. They're willing to become more creative. If they don't feel safe and they are stressed out, what is one of the hormones that's created in the fight or flight response? Adrenaline, good. Endorphins, cortisol, right? These are feelings that don't allow for a lot of relaxation and creativity. You're feeling stressed, you're feeling threatened, right? So, how can you make your people feel safe? Well, you can give them one of the most important commodities that you have, which is what? Your time. You can give them your time. And it seems like so simple. You're gonna give time. Like, there's a huge difference between being on a laptop and firing off an email saying, good job. What's your name?
Dominic.
Good job, Dominic. Right on, bro. Good job on your accounting test. Is one way. Sure, you're like, oh, sweet, that's nice, thanks, bro. But if homeboy walks up to you and shakes your hand, looks you in the eye and says, great job. Huge difference, right? Vast difference. Now you believe he cares about you. We are social creatures, and that handshake, that eye contact, that undistracted, it's not like, yeah, good job, bud, right? Like undivided attention, like that produces feelings of oxytocin, which, we know what that molecule feels like, but that's the molecule of hormone. You feel love. And it's not like, oh, I love you, bro. But like you feel compassion. You feel connected. Right? Personally, I'm a hugger. I appropriate hugger. My mom showed me how to do the church hug back in the day, and that's that appropriate hug. But this is huge for me. I call it my oxytocin time, right? Every day I give my crew my side hug, right? And they know that I care about them. And same thing. I mentioned this horizontal model. It's going to be tough if you have this huge company. I see you having a huge company one day, bro. Just the suit, the tie. You're going to have a huge company. You'll be like, bro, I don't want to touch people's hands. I don't want to go spend all day shaking 200 people's hands. How's that going to work, right? So it goes back to that culture, okay? You spend your time around your leaders, giving them your time, raising them up. And then in turn, they will share that time with the person behind them. And then they will share that with the person behind them, and on and on and on, all the way to your earliest, youngest people. But it is huge that you build this culture of giving your time to your people, showing them that you care about them, not just telling them all the time, but showing them. Leadership is key. But there's one more step to the tattoo, one more step that I want to talk about. And what is one of the final steps to a tattoo? Aftercare bandaging doesn't bother the tattoo. It lets your body just chill for a couple of days without any problems. allowing it to heal from the inside. And don't mind the shameless plug of this ointment that I use. It just happened to be a cool video. But what's cool about that is now we're not giving you stuff like Neosporin or Aquaphor, which is trying to coagulate and heal your skin. We're giving you products that nourish your skin so it can heal itself from the inside out. So when it comes to leadership, it isn't always about how you lead your people. It isn't how you show up for your people as much as it is how you show up for yourself. Now, inner leadership is what's going to differentiate your business. Right? This is going to truly tell your people that you are leading by example. Now, just like that tattoo, I've seen some amazing tattoos leave the tattoo shop and come back and look like, what did you do, bro? Did you like roll around in dirt? You know, touch every door handle and touch your arm? Pick everything out of it? If you can't lead yourself, how are you going to lead anyone else? If you can't lead yourself, all the crap you say is going to fall on deaf ears. If you're the leader telling your people, hey, you all need to eat salads as you're eating a big old cheeseburger, is that going to make sense? It's not accountable. That's not leading by example. And I use that example, I use food, because I want to be vulnerable with you guys for that. I'm going to share with you a story. At one point, I gained a lot of weight. A lot. I was up to 225 on this frame. And it all stemmed from those 4 years of failure. I'm a young tattooist. I'm learning to tattoo. I'm spending 10 hours a day sitting there tattooing on my butt. My butt got big. So I got to the point where my back was killing me. My body was killing me. I couldn't do this anymore. Like, I felt horrible from all the toxins in my body and the stress of tattooing. And now I'm not able to hold a line well because my back is killing me. My eyes are hurting because my neck is surprising. You get neck pains, that can affect your vision. I was unhealthy, even just to sit and tattoo. And it's like, talk about terror. Finally achieving your dream, finally getting where you want to be and realizing you're failing at it. So I was filled with fear and discomfort. Now, has anyone ever lost a substantial amount of weight? You ever gone through the process of losing a lot of weight? It's hard, it's stressful, it's uncomfortable. When you're standing there looking at the scale and it's like, fucker, you ain't goddamn changed. And you look in the mirror and you look the same, but instead you're just hungry and tired. It sucks. It's uncomfortable. But you have to reevaluate and restructure the way you look at things. I had to relook at the way I looked at food, the way I looked at exercise, the way I looked at comfort. Because we as this society, we always want to be comfy. Like, we live in this modern day of comfort, ease, and access. I want to be comfy. Comfort is the biggest threat to progress than hardship will ever be. Because hardship makes you hard, makes you tough, makes you resilient. And we're always trying to get away from fear. Well, I don't understand what. Without fear, we would not exist, you know? I've read some really good books on mastering fear, overcoming fear. Fear is your enemy. No, fear is your ally. Use it. It gives you several things. It gives you energy. And then also, fear is a guide for you. The things you fear the most are the things you need to face the most. Personal growth. I am a firm believer that your next level of greatness, the part of you that's going to reach your next, whatever that's going to be, is on the other side of fear. And you got to get through it to get to it. And if you can take more fear and focus on engaging this sensation and putting yourself in uncomfortable situations and becoming comfortable in it, then you can take your people's fear and their discomfort, because they're going to bring it to you. They're going to bring you fires, and you got to put them out. And the last thing you want to do when they come at you is like, oh, I don't want to deal with that, scary and hard. You need to raise up your axe and get ready to go to war. It's not just that. It's not just you're being able to be fearless and handle discomfort and be accountable. People will look up to you, but most importantly, they will look to emulate you. And that's probably one of the most highest aspirations of a leader. Isn't just to lead people, but to allow them, to teach them how to lead themselves. And if you're able to create leaders and have a team of leaders with an amazing culture and this awesome purpose, then whatever it is, if it's accounting, if it's marketing, if it's even getting in law enforcement, eventually move upward there, like you're gonna build something great with these foundational pieces. Now, these are just concepts. These are just processes that I put in this cool little PowerPoint with a tattoo, right? And it just makes it easy for me to understand. And it's huge for you all to develop these things for you as well. Now, I mentioned I was gonna give you guys like a cool challenge at the end. Well, to summarize, y'all, it all starts with inner leadership. It's about facing fear. It's about putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, like coming and talking to a fraternity, coming and talking to people, getting up in front of people, right? Asking questions when people ask you, putting yourself out there, feeling that sensation and still going, fuck it. You may fuck it up, but then the next time you won't feel as nervous. And the time after that, less nervous. And if you do that, you're going to find something within yourself that you didn't know was there. You're gonna find another level to yourself. And if you live that way, the people around you that you surround yourself with are going to want to be around you and emulate you, right? And not only that, they will feel trust from you because you give them what? What do you give your people? Time. You're spending your time with your people. You're showing them that you care about them. They see you being fearless. This creates an amazing culture. And that culture is your compass. When you have your culture, that's your true north. And whatever it is that you choose to do with your business moving forward, whatever venture you're getting into, if it does not align with that culture, well, then you may need to make an adjustment. And this may sound so simple, but there's gonna be times when work's hard, shit's tough, it fires all around you. And you could take the easy route, an unethical route that doesn't align with your compass. That's a trap. It all starts with your passion. It all starts with what you want to do. And I had no idea that, one day I want to be a tattoo artist, but I had no idea that it would turn into becoming a business. Then eventually getting into state politics. I lobbied a bill, like what the hell? I got into competitive public speaking. I've done charity work with tattoo work. Now I'm up here working on a public speaking career. I mean, what starts off as a marketing career today could end up being something completely different tomorrow. So I want to do a little challenge with you guys. How many people journal? Anybody journal here? So great, right? It's great because you're engaging your subconscious. Like your guys are consciously aware of 2,000 bits of information a second, right? My blue suit, the sound of my voice, the TVs, the lights, your sensation, 2,000 bits. That's a lot. But your subconscious mind is aware of 2 billion. It's digesting food, secreting hormones. It's also aware of things that we can't even contemplate. So either a Word document or a notebook, whatever works for you. I want you to start writing down things that you're passionate about. Even starting with accounting, and it was always kind of accounting, start there and just boom, accounting, skateboarding. Let your brain vomit all this information down as much as you can. Because then you're gonna start stimulating that subconscious mind. And that subconscious mind works in ways that you don't know. It's gonna start finding themes. It's gonna start putting things together. Now, is this gonna be like, boom, you're gonna know exactly what you do for your life? No, I had no idea. I knew I wanted to be a tattoo artist. Once I became a tattoo artist, well, now there's these new themes and now I'm heading this direction. It's the same thing, it's gonna work for you guys. And the way that you can keep compounding this process is allow the subconscious to create some things for you, whether it be a word or words. Put those words in your calendar and put on a daily reminder on it. So that way every day you see that word, those phrasal words, and it reminds you to start thinking about that passion. The subconscious speaks a lot to us a lot in images, right? Vision board's huge. Who has a vision board? Anybody know what a vision board is, right? It's huge, right? Because you're constantly engaging your subconscious mind. And I guarantee you, the more you think about a cup of coffee, it's not gonna miraculously appear in front of you, but you're gonna find yourself at Starbucks, right? Same thing. If you see that thing over and over and over again, you're gonna start making actions that get you there. So put it on a vision board. Put it where you can see it. Put it on your ceiling when you wake up in the morning. Get it tattooed on you. You guys know as I say that, right? I'm only kind of doable. I know a good tattoo shop. But I have tattoos on me that are so important, that tell me something every day. And I can't show you them, but I have a Grim Reaper right here. And underneath it are the words unavoidable. Death is unavoidable. I have the words die written across my lower abs in reverse. So when I look in the mirror, I read it correctly. My beard's hiding it, but I got a graveyard up here. And I know some of you are like, God, bro, that's kind of morbid, you know, all about death. I think we were talking about at the beginning, like, you may have similar images, but they have unique purposes for ourselves. These aren't morbid to me, these are important. It reminds me that I have a finite amount of what? Time. And I'm not gonna waste a second of it not chasing my passion. And not only that, I am gonna reach my next level of greatness and raise up every single person around me as I can. Because that is the highest aspiration of a leader, is to raise up everyone around you. Because we are social creatures. We are interconnected, interdependent beings. And we need each other. And we also need leaders, better leadership on all rounds, right? And the fact that you were all here on a weekend, you guys could be, I mean, I know that this isn't the whole frat, and you guys could be at home playing video games. You guys could be back doing whatever, but you chose to be here because, well, hopefully I entered in stronger, but because you more likely have visions of things you want to do. You want to be a leader too in your realm. And I share with you a process, right? This process works for me, but it's just archetypal truths about leadership, ethics, culture, and chasing your dream. Use those tools or develop your own and take the skills you're gaining from business school. And now you will have skills and tools to make your career and your life a beautiful work of art.